In good news, although it's just different news, it's very different this year, it is St. Patrick's Day, and it's my favorite holiday. It's the best day of the year. My cavorting will be at home, and I do have some Guinness here, so all is okay. In honor of St. Patrick's Day, I thought I would tell a story about my time from Ireland. Back in 2013, I studied abroad in Ireland, fell in love. My people are from there. My people are from both Scotland and Ireland, but I have yet to get to Scotland. This summer was very special for me. The summer of what I term my awakening. I didn't date in high school. Didn't even really date until like late college. And this summer of 2013 is when so here's the whole deal. No, and this isn't me. Well, maybe it is me kind of being a Sally sob story, but no one really noticed me. No men really noticed Anna throughout high school and early college. Or if they did, they were very silent about it. But it's like something clicked in the spring and summer of 2013. I guess pheromones started oozing out of my pores, and suddenly it's like, men of the world, Anna exists and can please you. Ireland was the summer of my awakening, artistically, sexually, grammatically, ecumenically. If you know the reference, good for you. And Julio, this character, was one of the men, I guess, that came under my spell that I didn't even mean to cast. We were in the acting class together, Julio and I, and through most of our time there, we were just sort of classmates. We didn't notice each other really, and he certainly didn't really notice me, until we were cast in a scene together. One of our classmates had written a scene that has not even really that big of a deal, a kiss in it. And it was more than just a peck. It was a little tiny bit of a makeout. And at this time of 20 years old, 20, I still had not kissed a boy yet. I thought, no big deal, be a professional. Just do it. We go to rehearse the scene for the first time, me and Julio. And I tell him, kind of up front, I'm like, hey, okay, so we're sitting down to do the scene for the first time. And I don't know why I said this. I could have just kept my mouth shut, but I don't. I never do. I always overshare. And it gets me into a lot of trouble with all sorts of people. And it's why I am here now, doing this with my life. And I was just like, yeah, I'm excited to do this scene. I haven't actually done this before. And he was like, what, acting? And I was like, no, actually, I haven't actually kissed before, done a stage kiss or anything like that. But your face, it looks like it was made in a factory. What? It is like a doll's face. It is so pretty. Also, apologies for the racist accent. Julio is from Colombia, and he did have a great accent. So he did have a great ass. Fast forward, all this to say, we do the scene, and at the very end of the scene is when they're supposed to kiss. And I can't tell you how unfortunate it is for your first actual kiss on the lips to be in a scene, like a stage kiss. It's stupid. Whether it be you sitting on a romantic log at the creek behind your house with Jimmy, your 5th grade crush, and you peck on the lips. Most friends of mine have said that your first kiss is stupid anyways. But my first kiss happened to be like a stage kiss in a scene, and it was kind of like, whatever. I was very flattered by Julio, and what he had said about my face looking manufactured. Somehow, Julio grew quite attached to me. I got drunk almost every night in Ireland, let's be real. It was fabulous. It was chivalrous of him to walk me home. Not so chivalrous to then take advantage of my drunk state and just plant all the kisses on not just my lips, but like my cheeks and face and chin and nose. Like, just, it was a lot of just like, oh. But, you know, he was excited and he was having a good time with my face. And at one point during the, like, near the end of the trip, he found me where I was, like, writing on some part of campus, and he basically, like, expressed deeper feelings for me and, like, wanting to see me once we got back to the States, and, like, let's go out and shit. I friend-zoned him. I friend-zoned the poor guy. Basically said, like, it's been fun knowing you. And I thought that he got the message. But Julio is a passionate soul. And he will not give up easily. Bless him. For many of us, our route was Cork to Manchester, Manchester to Chicago O'Hare, and then this is where my flight pattern changed very different from most people. Most were going back to New Orleans. So they took Chicago to New Orleans. I had a very different flight. I was going from Chicago back to Nashville. I am jet lagged as shit. The flight to Nashville was delayed and got moved to a different gate. Okay. Everything from Ireland is very much in the back of my mind, except, of course, for, and this is a totally different story, but the young man that I had developed feelings for in Ireland, that was very much on the center of my sweet, sweet brain. And I was just like, oh my gosh, we're going to get together in America. We're gonna, like, make it happen, because he was not an Irishman, actually. Shame on me for not falling for an Irishman. I fell for someone from Pennsylvania. And I'm about to sit down and I hear, Anna! Julio, what are you doing here? I thought you were about to board, and I thought it would be very dramatic if I were to stop. I'm gonna go pee. And I just was just like trying to stall, because I thought, well, maybe if I take long enough, he just will not be there when I get out of the restroom. Julio, what are you doing here? You have made me feel like I have never felt before. And you are so beautiful, and I want to be with you, and this and that. And I was overwhelmed. I was just like, I don't know what to tell you, but this is not, I'm not interested. And it wasn't getting through to him. You look me in the eyes and you tell me you feel nothing. And it still wasn't getting through to him. And he just kept talking faster and faster. And finally I looked at him, I was like, Julio, I have feelings for someone else. I see. Is he a good man? Does he treat you well? I guess, yeah, he does. Good. That's what he needed to hear. Julio hugged me and sent me on my way, and then he found his flight to New Orleans. Very different part of the airport. I mean, this guy had to track me down. It was a little bit stalkerish. Some would say stalker. I think Julio would, to this day, say passionate. And I honestly haven't been treated so well in the longest time. Even though it was not like mutual attraction and it was just sort of very odd. You know, ultimately he did kind of take advantage of me being drunk. He did stalk me in the airport. And still, I would stand behind the statement that I haven't been treated so well in a while. How sad is that? In honor of Ireland, I thought I would tell that story. I wish Julio the best. I really do. Stay safe. Enjoy St. Patrick's Day however you can. It is the greatest holiday ever. Man, these are really reflective.